to play for.
We bowled in.
Beautiful.
And there it is.
An innings of authority.
Wow, what about this?
Does he get enough? You bet he does. West Indies strikes again.
Day 2 of this intriguing Barbados Test match belonged to England. Root and Stokes pressed the accelerator in the morning session, scoring 125 runs before lunch. The emotional century moment for Stokes came off 114 balls. His first since his father passed away in December 2020. Root fell on 153 as local hero Kemar Roach moved past the Garfield Sobers on the West Indies Test wicket-takers table. The declaration came at 507 for 9, and England quickly delivered with the ball. Matthew Fisher with a wicket on debut. West Indies stood resolute in the face of pace and spin, and day 3 is set up to be fascinating.
And if we're going to find Ben Stokes, he'll be hidden in the pavilion for now. One assumes this is nothing too serious. One hopes this is nothing too serious. He was in such brilliant form yesterday with the bat, and of course he has a really important role to play with the ball as well. I think he needs to experiment a bit more than he did yesterday evening. There we go. There we go. First ball of the day has turned very nicely indeed. And that was the slower version, 77. Right, make a mental note, Jack. That's true, that's nicely played, just a fraction short, nicely timed. That might be looked at just to confirm that the flick back wasn't at the same time as the foot hit that the boundary itself.
That's very ordinary running by Brooks and Brathwaite, and that has been the downside of West Indies cricket for a long time.
Oh, Crawley did his best just to get a hand forward and underneath it. He knew he had to come forward, he wasn't going to carry.
Exactly my point. That one's slightly wider than normal and fell agonizingly short of the second slip fielder. Ah, that was close. That was good bowling.
Oh yes, there's the first wicket. The miscue slices away off the outside part of the bat. The cut shot does not work for Shamar Brooks.
Well deserved from Jack Leach. Has bowled well since the start of the morning's proceedings. Shortish delivery, a little bit wide. Shamar Brooks couldn't get hold of it and sliced away to the man at the backward point. Easy catch in the end for Walks. Shamar Brooks is gone for 39. West Indies 83 for 2.
There he is with that sweep that we mentioned earlier. He plays it well this time.
Yeah, nicely executed. It's a free hit, really. Line was wide of leg stump. Matt Fisher, the only man square of the wicket on the leg side, is in front of square.
Get it.
There's an easiness and a silkiness about that cover drive. You'd expect that with Bonner.
Yeah, very nice indeed. Very nice bit of timing. Just slightly over pitched from Leach. No real loop in that trajectory. And Bonner, as befits a man who's in terrific nick, just blazes it through extra cover.
Huge shot from Ben Stokes, the talisman. Gets the wicket, gets the breakthrough, and no doubt Nkrumah Bonner will review.
Thanks, Nigel. Review for LBW. TV umpire to director. We have a player's review for LBW. The original decision given is out. Go forward, forward, forward. Yeah, I think it's missed the bat. Satisfied with that. Let's go to ball tracking, please. Ball tracking, Kevin. Pitching outside off, impacts in line, wickets, umpire's call. Gonna go back to Nigel on field. Nigel, I'm gonna ask you to stay with your original out decision. You're on screen now, make your signal.
Decision upheld. And so often the case, Ben Stokes, the man to make things happen, this time with the ball.
England felt as though they were hard done to with umpires' calls in DRS in Antigua. This one's gone their way. Fingers gone up. Umpire's call. You're exactly right, Samuel Badri. It is the man that they always turn to, and they need something special to happen. Ben Stokes is delivered. Bonner goes for 9, and the West Indies 101 for 3.
Huge shout. Not interested, Nigel Duguid going down the leg side. Don't think that they will review, although they will have that discussion. And decided against it, Joe Root, and wisely so. This is a couple deliveries ago, hitting that back pad. You're quite right, Hawkeye. Steve Hammerson, I initially thought it was the outside of the front pad, and that would have been out had they reviewed. First runs off the bat for some time. Brathwaite Blackwood off the mark. Pleasant looking shot. 105 for 3.
Does that hit him on the foot? England think so. Certainly was some bat, but was it boot first?
That is the question. Was it boot first or the bat?
Thank you, Joel. Review for LBW. TV umpire to director. We have a player's review for LBW. The original decision given is not out. Front foot check, fair delivery established. Can we move on to front on, please? Appears to the ball has hit the boot. I'm just going to ask to use ultra edge to confirm that there is some contact there. Yeah, there is contact between the ball and the boot. So I'm satisfied it's pad first. Can we move on to ball tracking when ready? Just awaiting ball tracking. Ball tracking's coming up. Pitching outside off. Impact is outside off. Joel, I'm going to ask you to stay with your original decision of not out. You're on screen now. Make your signal.
And that's the clock on the Cigar Field Sobers Pavilion, saying 12 o'clock on the dot. So I reckon after this final delivery, it will be lunch. Looking forward to lunch, Butch.
Trying to get some grilled fish and some rice. Went for that Yorker. Brathwaite watched it carefully, kept the toes out of the way. And that is the end of the morning session. It's been an enthralling one. England have thrown everything at the West Indies. Brathwaite has stood firm. But at the other end, a couple of wickets have gone down. That of Brooks and Bonner. Leach, the first man to break through. He knocked over Shamar Brooks with perhaps the worst delivery bowled of the morning, short and wide, and Brooks cut it to Chris Wokes at backward point. He went for 39. Bonner was then knocked over, trapped LBW by Stokes. Blackwood may well have joined him had England taken the review, but smiles all round after an excellent session. England's 2 debutants impressed in that session. Jack Leach got into his work. Partnership of 13 of 58 deliveries. It's going to be hard going for the West Indies. They're going to be backs to the wall for much of today and perhaps much of the rest of this Test match. Brathwaite 44 from 163. He's no stranger to that sort of work. Blackwood 7 not out, 39 for Brooks. And Campbell and Bonner unable to make double figures. Bonner after his heroics in Antigua. 1 for Fisher, 1 for Leach and 1 for Stokes. No success yet for Saqib Mahmood on debut, but he has been impressive in his 8 overs. None for 7. And Chris Wokes, the other bowler to bowl this morning, none for 24 from 9 for him. So after England's mammoth 507 for 9, centuries for Root and Stokes, the West Indies are 3 down, trailing by 393 runs.
Not too often you see the sweep shot pulled out by Craig Brathwaite, but he gets his 25th half century in Test match cricket, and he's had to battle and fight and lead from the front in challenging circumstances, and he'll think highly of this knock so far.
Yeah, it's been a great knock by the West Indian captain. He's been in a good touch. Runs before the series started on this very ground. Looked comfortable at Antigua, and again there, ball just drifted. Jack Leach on outside leg stump, and there's somebody that doesn't sweep that confidently. They just try and guide it round the corner.
Played it so late, he was almost absent from class. Some may say just took a thick outside edge.
Not quite where Jermaine Blackwood wanted it. Not anywhere near Zach Crawley's right hand.
Top shot. May not go for 4. In fact, it does. Bairstow is usually very, very quick and good in the outfield.
I think this shot deserved 4. As much as Johnny did really well to get there, just fluffed his lines when he got there, I thought this was a top shot. Yeah, fantastic shot. Waited on it. About Shumran Brooks, the way he lost his shape trying to get the ball to the boundary, and it looped up in the air. That one, top of the bounce, bang.
Just a little bit short, but that is a beautiful way to put it away. That's the key. Even when you're under pressure, if the opportunity presents, play the shots, take the runs.
So full face, good bit of timing from Jermaine Blackwood.
That's a nice shot. Just rolls its way ahead of Ben Stokes to reach the boundary, but a nice shot, nicely played, good timing. Also brings up the 50-top partnership between Brathwaite and Blackwood.
On the West Indies 150 as well. Just caressed by Captain Craig.
Go.
And the little tempter, somewhat wide of off stump, it's beautifully played. No harm in trying to induce the drive, just a little bit too full from Joe Root. 162 for 3. Now they can push for 2. Do exactly that. Good running, good fielding, nice throw, good firm, flat throw from Matt Fisher.
Thanks, Ben.
That's cleverly guided through that same gap again. Leach will not catch that. 184 for 3. This is that final ball. It's not much in terms of width, is it? It's just a little bit that just allows the face of the bat to be opened, and a flick of the wrists, and all very intentional, guiding it down towards that third man boundary. Well, that's found that same gap again. This time it's a little bit firmer. This time it will roll comfortably to the boundary, and the good news for Jermaine Blackwood, all this hard work pays off with a 50. 50 from 113. Presented with the opportunity there just to get that landmark up and in the scorebook before tea. But full credit to him, he's played against his natural instincts in many, many ways, just to resist so steadfastly for so long. And this is the reward for those efforts.
Too short, too wide.
2 and 2 past the outside edge. Nice finish from Leach. Frustration there as he sort of picks at the end of his nose. So a lot of hard efforts in the field from England through the course of the afternoon, but matched by the efforts of Brathwaite and Blackwood, both of whom have resisted with a combination of skill and concentration, obduracy. So a lot still to think about for Roots, for his bowlers. Game still nicely balanced, but with the advantage still for England, simply because of the runs in the bank from that first innings. But these two, Craig Brathwaite, especially as the captain setting the example, can be very pleased with their efforts. England have not stinted with the ball. They've been pretty sharp overall in the field as well. Would have been frustrated by that resistance. All credit then to Craig Brathwaite, 79 not out from 242 balls, strike rate of 32.6. Credit too to Jermaine Blackwood, not out 50, reaching that landmark just in the nick of time for tea. 196 for 3 it is after 82 overs of this West Indies first innings. The wicket takers, Matt Fisher with his second ball in Test cricket yesterday. Jack Leach 1 for 72. Stokes 1 for 22. Nothing for Wokes, nothing for Mahmood. Lawrence and Root bit players in this. And credit, by the way, to Fisher and Mahmood for the lines and lengths they've maintained on an unhelpful pitch in their debut Test matches. And the overall situation, West Indies 196 for 3 in their first innings, trailing still by 311.
Starts off with the boundary. Craig Brathwaite.
Loosener from Chris Wokes. Pitched up wide, swinging even wider. Craig Brathwaite's not going to miss out on width like that, even if it is first ball after tea.
Down the ground once again. Exquisite from Craig Brathwaite, brings up the 100 partnership.
Again, a little bit too full, a little bit too floaty from Chris Wokes, trying to get that new ball to swing. Fortunately, a half volley international cricket, top 6 batsman.
In the gap, will challenge the boundary, might just be holding. It's 4. Well controlled from Blackwood.
Yeah, good shot from Jermaine Blackwood. Waited for the ball to come to him. Top of the bounce, back foot punch. Slightly wide, slightly too short from Matt Fisher. Blackwood uses the pace of the ball, tried to keep it down, picked the gap perfectly. Good effort by Saqib Mahmood. Another boundary just to relieve the pressure, put the pressure back onto the England bowlers.
Another boundary, this time on the one side.
Just showing signs of inexperience here from Matt Fisher. Short and wide outside off stump. A little bit straighter. International cricketers will punish anything like that. I think he knows, you see, and the anguish in his face, he knows. Mahmood's come on and Leach replaced Fisher. Great shot, fantastic shot. Not just a shot of a man who's on 92, not out, a shot of a man of a class player is Craig Brathwaite. Not going to miss out on anything over pitch like that from Saqib Mahmood.
A sublime stroke on drive, one of the most difficult to play in cricket. Full face of the bat, high elbows, and then moves closer to that landmark.
Oh, bowled. A first test wicket for Saqib Mahmood. That effort finally pays off and has produced what is one of his trademarks, that little gently in-swinging Yorker, which has finally found a way through the defences of Jermaine Blackwood.
Oh no, oh no. The sweetest moment has been snatched away from Saqib Mahmood. Television umpire, third umpire, Gregory Brathwaite, has let Nigel Dogood know that there's been an infringement.
Oh, the frustration, the agony. Now this will do very nicely indeed. Very deftly, very sweetly, tucked away behind square on the offside. And this is the reward for monumental effort and concentration and a lot of skill as well. This is what's known as leading from the front.
Yeah, superb from Brathwaite. Don't waste form when you find it.
Should be no pulling that one back. Short and wide and feasted on by the Centurion Brathwaite.
Well, it worked in the first session. The short and wide one got rid of Brooks. But when a man's three figures, the concentration that Craig Brathwaite has at the moment, he's not going to miss out on that.
Given that news, Blackwood helps himself to a boundary. This has been a well-paced innings, even for a bit of fortune.
Something different from Ben Stokes. Slow ball, the ball before this one. Gone for the short ball, just dragged it outside off stump. Blackwood's not going to miss out on the short and wide one. Purposely tried to hit it in the air.
The top shot, the balance that he had to exude, keeping the head upright and pushing it past one of those short mid wickets was brilliant.
England searching again. Slightly over pitch from Ben Stokes. Half volley on middle and leg. And there's a beautiful shot. Just let the ball come to you. That's the key of batting. Let the ball come to you. Use the pace of the ball.
Perilously close to that leg slip. 262 for 3.
Edged and fine. Folks up to the stumps. Would have landed short of him anyway.
Yeah, a little bit streaky from Blackwood. Played with soft hands, so it went down. No real threat of being caught, and quickly down towards the vacant third man area. Moves on to 94 now.
Brilliant from Bairstow. The dive, the ball went straight in the middle of the hand of Johnny Bairstow. Test match 100, number 3 for Jermaine Blackwood. His second against England. He's had his moments, his close shaves, but he's thoroughly enjoyed that standing ovation from his teammates.
Tremendous knock from the West Indian vice-captain. He would have been sorely disappointed in that first test match, but he's made amends in this one. And what a moment for him and for all of his fans, wherever they may be. And you can see the relief on his face. 282 for 3.
Oh, a bowled. Oh. Frustration for Jack Leach. That somehow has got through, but misses the stumps. Oh, that is so close, too close to leave. A look of absolute bemusement on Jermaine Blackwood's face. And they will confer to see whether or not it is worth reviewing. And just with a second or two to go on the timer, that's what indeed will happen.
Thanks, Nigel. Player review, LBW. TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. Original decision given is out. Fair delivery established on check in front foot. Can we move on to front on, please? No shot offered, so go straight to ball tracking. Ball tracking building. Ball tracking coming up. Pitch outside off. Impacts in line and wickets hitting. Nigel, I'm going to ask you to stay with your original out decision. You're on screen now. Make your signal.
So the original decision confirmed. Nigel Dogood getting absolutely spot on first time round. It has been an immense effort by Jermaine Blackwood of concentration and skill. Just one misjudgment. That's always what it takes. That's all it takes for any batsman. One misjudgment. And that brings to the end a very, very fine innings indeed. 102 from 215 balls, and with just a few overs left in the day, Jermaine Blackwood is on his way back with West Indies now 284 for 4. Oh, just slides past the outside edge. Millimetres, that's all it takes, millimetres. 284 for 4. Well, full wide half volley is dispatched. Muttering Dan Lawrence goes back to his mark again. Yeah, at least this one was full enough that the drive was not risky as such. He's put it away very nicely. Full follow through from Alzari Joseph. The arms are up. The appeal is fervent. It's not going to get anywhere. My feeling is that's beaten the bat. There is a conference. It is the last ball of the day, whatever happens. And there is one little bit of drama left. It didn't seem the most convincing shout for review, but that's what we're getting.
Thank you, Nigel. Player review for catch. TV umpire to director. We have a player review for catch. On-field decision is not out. Front foot checked, fair delivery established. Can we move on to front on spin vision, please? Doesn't appear to be any bat, but the bat is close to the ball. I like to use outrage to confirm. Outrage is coming up. It's a gap between the bat and ball, flat line. Satisfied that there's no bat involved. Just follow on. I just want to make sure that as it passes the glove, there's no contact with the glove. Just stick that back, please. And forward now. Yeah, I'm satisfied there is no contact between bat and ball. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on to LBW. You can bring ball tracker up for me, please. It's pitching outside off. Impact. Umpires call missing wicket. And go back to Nigel on field. Nigel, I'm gonna ask you to stay with your not-out decision. You're on screen now. Make your signal.
So Nigel Duguid's original decision is confirmed, as I have to say I thought it would be. Gregory Brathwaite up in the TV umpire's position. Very good, actually, making sure the replays roll forward just to check there was nothing on the glove on the way through after the pad. But confirming that West Indies will stay 4 down at the end of the day. And what a performance this has been by West Indies captain. Craig Brathwaite has been absolutely outstanding, leading from the front as he wends his way up those steps. 109 not out, frustrating Joe Root, frustrating the England bowling attack. Hard though they've worked, they haven't got the rewards they really wanted at the start of the day. So 288 for 4 it is. And Kirtley, have a word about this monumental performance from Craig Brathwaite.
It certainly has been an excellent innings from the West Indies skipper. All of 337 deliveries for his 109. Really played well and made England work hard